And welcome to Mostly Satisfactory, my playthrough of this awesome automation and, it's an automation game. But in the last episode, I created this. This is a new island in my new base design model, which is based on functional islands. And the problem with this setup, primarily is everything squished into a corner, because what I was trying to do was I was essentially prototyping to see how many coal power plants I can fit in this space. Now, the answer turned out to be 5, but it took over just enough space that I couldn't replicate that on the other side, so I wouldn't be able to fit 10 on this island. And then after I finished the last episode, I realized that first of all, this one wasn't centered. And once I made that realization, OCD kept me up at night. So at the very least, I've got to center this implementation on the pad. But the other thing I had forgotten to add was the storage buffers, right? So on my current coal power plants, I have a big container that the coal goes into, and since the coal is flowing faster than it can be consumed, it collects in the storage container, which essentially is an input buffer, so that if something disrupts coal flowing in the future, power plant has a buffer that it can feed off of until I get things restored. So that's all what we're going to fix today. We're going to redo these 5 coal power plants, and it's going to be centered. Like this one's centered, but it's just not flush with this back edge, so I need to nudge it back here, right? And then we will want to expand the remaining coal power plants to the sides. And then we will want to reset all the pipes and stuff to match. Now, when I originally set this up, this was set up on the latest version of Satisfactory 1.0, which that's the only version I ever played, right? But since the last episode, they dropped, and I downloaded Satisfactory 1.1. So this has got all new and improved bits, including the ability to integrate your conveyor lifters with splitters and mergers. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that'll work here. And the pipelines. In the last episode, I kind of commented on how squirrely the pipelines are, right? Because with the conveyors, you have a straight mode, and you can get these nice, clean right angles, which speaks volumes to my soul. But with the water pipes or the liquid pipes, that just won't have it. That's, chaos reigns supreme. So what I want to do is it's basically version 2.0 of the last episode, plus something else I came to realize too, and I knew even then, which was I'm not pumping enough water to support 5 power plants. I mean, the 2 existing power plants will be deprecated once these 5 come online, but even with just 5 coal power plants, I've got 1 water station, right? And so it's just not going to be enough. I need more. One of the things they also had was the elevator, and I was kind of hoping that I have it available, but I don't. So my guess is that it will be available for purchase from the awesome, want to call it the awesome gift shop, but it's not a gift shop. From the awesome fix-it shop. So we'll take a look at that at some point this episode. But for now, let's kind of get this all situated. So I want to realign things on the center as much as possible. So this will be the coal input from underneath the island. And then from there, it'll get split, right? So then down here, we can go ahead and wire this bad boy up. The current input is a little off center, or when I say current, the one that I had before. So this one's going to be centered, and since I have the materials at the moment, I'll go ahead and set these up as Mark IIs. Eventually, we want to upgrade all our conveyors and stuff to Mark IIs, but you know they use reinforced plates, and I had that was set up as an output when it should be an input. So eventually we'll want everything to be Mark II conveyors, but that's going to be expensive, and I just don't have the reinforced plates to do that at the moment. So what we'll do here, let's go ahead and add these hanging brackets, basically. Let's line them up on the edge of each foundation. It does seem to me that things are kind of automatically lining up better than they used to. I mean, it used to be that you could force them to line up, and here that's kind of like the default behavior, right? Is it tries to line it up if it can. I appreciate that. So that should take care of the coal inputs. In fact, I can see the coal moving down here now. So that's good. You know, I don't expect this to take the whole episode. Because you know I've already done the hard part in the past, so now it's just a matter of replicating it real fast. Of course, that could be famous last words. I mean, no plan survives contact with the enemy. So we'll see how it goes. So this is not working like I thought it would. I thought you could just put a slitter. Ooh. So they said splitters will connect to lifts, but then they'll connect to into the bottom of a lift will connect to the bottom of a splitter. But what I have is a pass through, right? It's not really a lift. I mean, what I just added is a lift, and that connected just fine. So, that's not how I thought it would work, but it's okay. It's pretty much the same thing I had last time. I thought I was going to be able to use something cool from 1.1 in this first episode, running 1.1, and I'm not. I didn't fully read the directions on the package. Shame on me. Rotate this. And how far over do I need to go? Oh, quite a bit. Quite a bit. Had an arrow in my head there. Okay, so then we just wire these up. And then we can do the water. Oh yeah, this one's not. So the input is lined. The input from the bottom of the island is lined up, but then of course the input for coal on that coal power plant is offset slightly. So Yeah, I'll live with it. That doesn't scream nearly as bad as everything else. I can deal with this. I just see if I can make it straighter. And the answer is no. So that's as straight as it's going to get. But that's okay. It's fine. Okay, let's prepare for the pipes. So we will plop these down. I think that works left to right here. So then we just want to replicate that for each of these. Right? Line it up here and then bring it back. I think that's about right. It is. Yummy! Same thing here. I think it's going to clip that conveyor a little. But actually, I think it's off. Or is this one off? Or am I off? Okay, that's on. So this one's off. Yeah, this one's off. Okay. Nice. I'm trying to see if this fits properly, and moving on the conveyor is not helping. Okay. So then let's go ahead and put this to straight mode and test it. Straight mode pipes and invalid pipe shape. Why is this invalid? This worked before. I mean, this should be a no-brainer for... Okay, so just go back to auto mode and it'll give you a straighter pipe than straight pipes will. That is surprising. Put it mildly. Oh, there it is. Okay. So that's the heavy lifting up top, right? So let's rewire the pipes down below. Though we're also going to have to add a new extractor. And let's go figure this out. Oh, made it on top of the first try. So the extractors are part of production. And what's wrong? Missing materials. I need rotors. Okay. So let's go get the rotors. Now I'm producing rotors automatically under the old model, but part of the problem, part of the thing that spurred this whole base design 3.0 was the fact that I'm producing like one rotor every 4 months type of thing, and it's only slightly better for the reinforced plates. So hey kids. So that's what spurred me on to improving efficiency. Oh, that's useful. Thank you, Gus. Where's your brother? Buddy. Come here, buddy. There you are. Oh. A bomb. They go in here some. Nope, that's Christmas stuff. Uh-huh. Okay. Put that away. And here's the awesome shop. Let's see if I can get me an elevator. Eliminator. Personal elevator unavailable. Advanced steel production and silica research. Well, shoot. Building has its ups and its downs. Oh, I'm sorry. If you don't find my humor uplifting, then I don't know what to tell you. Oh, I'm going to kill myself here. Oh, sorry. This looks delightfully industrial, but interesting. I guess I'm full up on plates. Well. So, okay. I was going to make a joke about no plates like home, but it's actually the opposite problem I have. So the joke fell flat. So I won't tell that joke. Okay, there's a walking water balloon. So, where was I? Underwater. Underwater's kind of cool. So back to where I was. Okay. So, getting up over this thing. Okay. Let's get this all cleaned up and lined up and stuff. Okay. So I think we're going to go I think we'll kind of have to set it up the way we did before. We'll take each of these pipes and we'll want them to feed into like a main line. Right? So, but to get them as, I meant to use this as a support, not a pipe. So go to the support. I'll line it up on the edge of the foundation. And I'll do this for each of the lines. I'm missing one on the other end, so let's go get that one. I didn't see it because of the trees. Okay, so then we could feed to each of these with real pipe, and we'll say straight mode. And man, straight mode just does not like these short pieces. Okay, let's see if I go. It's even worse. Okay, auto it is again. This auto work better than it really does. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's late. I'm tired. So there we go. Okay, now what I need to do is I kind of need to set up the main line that each of these will plug into. So if I remember last time, what I did was I did that by setting up the ends, right? So I'm going to set a support on each end, and the end pipes will tap into those, and then I'll run a pipe between each of those supports that the other pipes I can junction into. So, like so. Let's try straight again. Oh, that's not right. Okay. Yeah, straight is highly intolerant. Let me tell you that. That's an interest. I just realized there's more truth to that than than you think. Oh, that's not right. Okay, how about, will straight work in this situation? Will it finally pay off? Yeah. Well, no. I don't want it to go over there. Oh, come on. Okay, there you go. That was worth the price of admission, finally. Okay, so we run this straight piece. And then we set up junctions for each of these. Oh yeah, you gotta rotate it. A little more. And done. If I do it at an angle here, I can see when it shows me I'm lined up like that. Okay, and then we run pipes to each of those. But how am I going to do this? This was the mess last time. And it's not telling me it's lined up. I'm eyeballing it here. This is not, I'm not getting any help, support here. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to set up some relatively clean straight pipes out here. So I'm going to try to set this up at a right angle to the extractors. So I'm facing due east. This is lined up. Oh, I'm not running. That was a piece of pipe, not a support. I want the support. So, like this. And then I want to run a support here. I'll run a pipe. Try to keep it straight. And then I want to kind of work my way to where they will join and I can get a nice clean right angle. Oh. I'm at an angle, apparently. Nope. Well, no, we're not shooting planes. There we go. Oh, yeah, I got the pipe piece, not a support piece. And that's messy. I don't like that. I still have the pipe piece. Okay, now let's try it. Nope. Yep. Okay. Why does it do that? When I try to lock the hologram in place, it often re-aims where the pipe will go for some reason, and I don't know why. Okay. There we go. There we go. It's not straight in terms of vertical, but it's certainly straight in terms of horizontal. So that works. Okay, now how am I gonna... Where does this thing connect? And I'm gonna need to deal with power too. So here's power. Okie dokie. I think I kind of need to do what I did before, which is like set up a line that passes these extractors and then patch each extractor into the line. Of course, I'm doing this without killing off the current pipeline to the current coal plants, because that's kind of powering a lot of stuff right now. So if I try to set up another support that lines up with the one I just set, I need to come up though. That's as high as I can get this one. I wonder if I can probably raise the other one a little bit. Right? So it doesn't come down and then go back up. So let's try that. Doesn't have to be a lot. Okay. Yeah, I know these are clipping at the moment, but this is a mess. Okay, and then I want this to connect. Oh, if you go underwater, you lose. You get knocked out of construction mode. Let me climb up onto the... Can I jump up here? Isn't there some way to climb up on the side of this thing? It's like when you're a little kid, you can't... You're too small to climb up on the side of a inner tube out in the water. That's exactly how I feel right now. Oh, crud. Okay, just go with it. The verticality is killing me here, but okay. Okay. Ugh. Having a hard time getting over these water pipes. The thing about conveyors is you can raise and lower them to your heart's content. It doesn't matter. You have to be careful with water pipes because if you raise them too much, going down's not a problem. But if you raise them too much, then you know it won't. The pump won't pump. And of course, power is not a problem. If you can see it, you can run power to it. Okay, so let's get these ready for transmission. So those two go to that one. These two go to this one. The middle gets its own. And then we wire them all together. And then this is the main line to the outside world. And kind of keeping my pattern up. how I'm going to reach the rest of the grid, because I want the power distribution and logistics to be kind of standardized and consistent, right? So I'm going to run power down the side of these bridges. Yeah, that was pretty far. One in the middle. Because in real life, I wouldn't run a line that far unsupported, right? Not like, you know, I'm obligated to total realism here, but you know what? That doesn't look right. I think it's too close to the power pole. What did it? Yeah. Yep, it is too close to power pole. It's supposed to be the next one over. Same thing here. So let's do the skin. And now we can connect these and everything will be hunky-dory, as they say in the Midwest. Or is that more of a Minnesota thing? Does Minnesota count as the Midwest? I mean, we don't talk about the northern Midwest or southern Midwest, so I don't know. I don't know. Because I pretty much, except for a couple years on another continent, I've pretty much lived my whole life in the West. So I've been to the East. Ooh, that would have been bad. Forgetting to hook these back up. Oh, I think I hear a coal power plant spinning up. Wasn't ready for that, but that works. Okay, which one of you's running? So capacity, one of you's running. Probably not enough water. So let's connect this to the main line. And get these. So at this point, these power plants should now be, I got one working, but I'm not showing any draw. So they are not connected to the greater network. How is that possible? Oh, I think this is it right here. Except it's full up. So let me kill that one. Okay, but now the new coal power plants are connected to the old coal power plants. I mean, new power plants are connected to the bio stuff. But I'm not entirely sure. Everything else. I can hear the coal power plants. The old ones. They're moving just fine. I saw a yellow light, which means it has power. It's just something else is stopping it. Oh yeah, everything's working up here. Ooh. So now this has me thinking I need to connect. I need to kind of reset the wiring so that everything, all the old stuff will still be powered when we get rid of the old coal power plants. So okay, I need to set this bridge up like I did with the other one. Yeah, make sure it was centered. Oh, am I gonna make it? I made it. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Okay, 3, 4, shut the door. And then let's line these up. Lots of power opportunities. Lovely. I do think this looks delightfully industrial. It brings warmth to my heart. Okay, now we're gonna need. What was that? I was pressing the wrong key. That's what I get for scratching my nose. Took my hand off the keyboard and it placed it wrong afterwards. Important safety tip. Thanks, Egon. So let's get back up here. And why does this not look right? That's also, shouldn't it be showing a up clipping? Now it does. Because that was in the wrong spot. Okay. That's going to hurt. Yep. Okay. I think we're all properly powered now. So we just kill this line and run it to the new poles. And they're still working. Okay. So yeah. Now we really are. We're live. So at this point, I know I probably don't have enough water for all the coal power plants, but I'm pretty sure I could kill the old coal power plants and everything shouldn't come tumbling down. So let's go over here. And I was wrong. You know what? But it should have worked. So I'm going to go ahead and kill the old power plants. You know, and we'll just get the new power plants working. How about that? Oh, but I thought for sure I had properly set it up already. Famous last words. Okay. We can get rid of some of this stuff too while we're down here. Let's run to the admin center again. Don't know where the dogs are. Doggos. Now all that's dead. Oh. No, concrete's dead too. He's dead, Jim. So let's follow this then. That line goes all the way up to here. And then it goes to here. And it goes through here. And it's not connected here. Was that it? Was that the only thing I was missing? And then it follows these bridges. I see red lights on the constructors here, but I think that's because they're... No, that's because they probably don't have power. But I thought they're... So all of this should be powered. Let's take a look at the network. Well, it's dead in the water, but I think it's just a matter of throwing a switch. Oops. Let's try throwing a switch. Okay, so capacity is up there. Production's up there. I see consumption is about where it was. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. So I think it fixed the problem. So now it's just a matter of cleaning up the mess. Look at that mess. Let's go take a look at all of our legacy production. I see yellow. I see green. There you go. How does it go? I see England. I see France. I see ladies' underpants. Oh, gosh. Stupid stuff that amuses us when we're kids. Well, stupid stuff that amuses us as adults, too, I guess. Okay. Okay. So now I think all we got to do now is get the you know what I screwed up on? You know what I screwed up on? And I even told you up front, it's one of the reasons I got to redo this. I didn't build my buffers, my input buffers, into these plants. Okay, so the water doesn't need to change, but I need to redo the inputs for the coal. They're going to need to line up with the current inputs and each other. So scoot this one left. Yep. And then this middle one will be a pain. I'll do that one last. Make sure it lines up with... Yeah, I can't get a good angle on this. So, well, that looks like right. That looks good enough, I think. We'll check the back sides of these afterwards. I think that lines up. Yeah. Let's check the back sides. Yes, they all line up. They all line up. So then the last one I will do last. I mean, really last. So then we're going to need to put a new pass through. And then that will line up to a new splitter. And then we will, oh, that's too close. So I need to move it closer to the pass-through. That's probably too close. Yeah, that's well, distance was right. I didn't want two of them in the wrong spot. I wanted, okay. Yes, that was called a brain fart. That's a technical term. Ask any brain surgeon. Neurologist is, I guess, what they call them. Okay, so let's see if I can get this a little further back. Like here. Okay, let's get this wired up here. Conveyor Mark II. Wrong. Right. Oh, it's a little further away than I thought it was. Okay. I need more splitters. And line them up like that. Yeah, I need to remove these bits and then wire this up. We can throw some coal in there to kind of get things started. Prime the pump, so to speak. Get it out of my inventory. Okay. I think that's everything except the center bit. So now we can do the center bit. Almost everything except the center bit. Missing this one still. There we go. Now it's just the center bit. So I need to get my storage container. I need to line it up on both ends. And that's not lined up. Push it back. Now pull it forward. Ugh. There we go. Line it up. And then connect that. And let's see if straight does anything impressive here. Nope. No. Not bad. Just nothing fancy. Okay, so I think we just need to hook things up down here, right? Because we're overshooting the input. So let's go back to the lift. And put, there you go. And then add a conveyor. Okay, so we're back in business. We're just back to, I'm not producing enough water. Water is the key to life. And apparently coal power production. That's looking, capacity's 280. It was, oh, because I killed off the 2 working power plants. And there's not enough water to keep all these going. I don't even hear them. I don't even hear them. It never shows a flow rate. Even when I think this is working, it doesn't show a flow rate. I see this spinning circle. Oh, signs of life. Okay, one of them just came online. And then it went offline. Water is the problem. Water is the problem. Not, oh, they're completely off. So water is a problem because power is a problem. So let's try this. Well, looky there, green lights. Hopefully this works a little better. I don't hear anything. I see the spinning circle. Up, I'm hearing something. Max flow rate 300 at 0. Okay, this is better signs of life. This is good. Let's just, I think 355 megawatts capacity. I think we're almost there. I don't think the water's quite right. Let me make sure I still have everything running out here. Because consumption didn't seem right either. I see green lights and yellow lights, right? Because some stuff's just stuck. Okay. So I guess it's okay. I guess it's just, we got to sort the water situation. So we also have to kill all this off. Whole lot of stuff to do. Clean up your mess. Put away your toys. You have to be careful about this mass deconstruction thing. It's so easy to accidentally deconstruct stuff that you didn't mean to deconstruct. And, you know, if there's some disruption somewhere on the line, that could cause a cascade failure. Not cheating action. Not like you see in the commercials. No. Cascade failure. Stuff just, you know, one thing goes down, then another thing goes down, and then trying to get them all back up again is, it's an issue. I don't like that stuff. I don't like it at all. Okay, let's try to clean this up a bit. This is the old pipe. I hear something going down. Oh, because the old pipe was connected to this thing, and now this thing's not connected at all. So let's connect it again. Here we go again. Can't go in straight mode. Auto. Okay, so now I've got both of them pumping. Okay, that should help the water situation substantially, right? I don't know if 2's enough to support 5 coal power plants, but now that I know I was running on just one, I wasn't necessarily displeased with the performance. So 2 the count. Two water extractors. So I hear it. Look at no, capacity is still 355. I know one water extractor is not going to fully provide for five coal power plants. So why am I not producing more power? I mean, 5 times 75, right? Is 5 times 75 would be more than 355. Five times 70 is 350. So it should say 375. Don't coal power plants produce 75 kilowatts or megawatts? I mean, you know, what's the answer? Oh, smile. You only get to tour this universe once. Make the most of it. Can't go through the whole trip frowning and groaning. Though some people sure do try. I won't mention any names, but you know who you are. I'm related to quite a few of you. Really win the lotto but complain about paying taxes. It's like, okay, but the other half of $1 billion you get to keep, so what's the problem? Okay, it's a lot cleaner down here. I feel a little bit better about my footprint and my impact on the environment. You know, I don't classify myself as a tree hugger per se, though I know a lot of people on the right, political right, probably consider me a tree hugger, and a lot of people on the left would consider me a destructive capitalist. So I guess I'm probably somewhere in the middle, probably where I should be. But we got a bunch of coal floating in the air because that was the contents of the storage container I had. That was the original coal buffer. But now we'll take this coal and plop it up into these coal buffers. I'm wondering, essentially, all 5 power plants should be feeding themselves off of this now. So I'll be curious to kind of look at the numbers and see if 56, 57, okay. Kind of see if those numbers are slowly growing, right? If it does, then it means the pure cold node that I've tapped into will. Oh, there's 2 I missed. It will be sufficient for feeding 5 coal power plants over time. If not, then, we will. And that means that I should slowly grow the contents of the input buffers so that, we actually have an input buffer, and that'd be good. If not, then the stuff I'm putting in there now will slowly leak away until there's not enough. And that tells me that the one pure coal node is not enough for 5 power plants. I mean, I can go look at it and see the numbers. I'm more of an analog guy, which is kind of weird, but I'm of that generation. We grew up with a foot in the digital age, and we grew up with a foot in the analog age. So I'm comfortable with the digital stuff, but what I think 63, okay, and it was growing, so 355. I mean, this all looks nice and stable now. I think the thing that appeals to me is like digital stuff that is disguised as analog stuff. I think the thing I just crazy love is those PC conversions, right? You see somebody's PC by default, it's a digital device, right? But you're looking at the PC and it's all done up to be like a steampunk PC, right? So everything on it looks to be analog, and it's very old-fashioned, right? You almost think you need a hand crank to run that thing, but that's what speaks to me the most. That's why when I set up my Traveler campaign, this is a tabletop role-playing game. I set up the Traveler campaign, and I set it up to be future retro, right? So the styling is all across, actually arranged between the Beaux Arts of the 1880s to the Art Deco of the 1930s and everything in between. Because that one's completely full now, and this one, it's growing. So yeah, I think these are this one's 60 something, right? It was 72 now. So there we go. We know that we have enough coal to feed 5 of these bad boys, maybe 6, but that's good. The problem is, I look at the clock, and what I figured would be a quick and easy adjustment, and then we can press on, because I wanted to go get some silicon, has taken the whole hour, and I would still like to over-engineer the water here. I'm still not comfortable with the idea of those 2 feeding the 5, so let me think about that. Maybe I can talk myself down, but maybe not. Just want to make sure everything's still working over here. I see yellow, I see green. Okay, so let's get some more of these rotors. Oh, I actually have 30. How many do I need for a water extractor? I'm pretty sure 30 will work. Let's look it up. Water extractor needs 10. So I have enough. So I have more than enough. Oh, that's too high. I'm kind of digging my base design right about now, right? It's functional, a little bit of style and elegance. as much as, not going to win any architecture awards, but it is a factory after all. And let's see if I can fit a 3rd extractor here next to the first 2. Not deep enough. Must be placed on deep water. So see if I can put one behind these 2. That shows deep enough, but I've got a walking water balloon in the way. Oh, you know what? I just realized the second one I placed is backwards. I can clearly see the output there. And I can also see how the pipe is wired through the second one. Okay, so I got to place this one, and I have to replace this one. Okay. And I got to get this moron out of the way. Yep. Oh boy. Yes. You have my permission to call me an idiot. You don't need my permission, but I gladly acknowledge that I deserve it in this case. Probably a bunch of other cases too. So let's turn it around. Oh, let's get rid of this pipe. Okay, let's turn this around the way it's supposed to be now. So like this, with the output facing this way, like that. Creature's in the way. Well, he's not moving. Last time I had this problem, he was really stuck. I had to tear stuff down, but he's not stuck in anything. So let's try something. By golly, it worked. Note to self. That's that's a bit of a Dear Diary moment right there. Dear Diary. Okay, so that one is working, and if I go to the pipe, it's run not auto. Let's go to straight. Let's see. If it's a hit and miss. I don't know if straight's ever going to serve a purpose. There we go. Okay, so now let's put a third one back here facing this way. And yeah, I know I should probably check the numbers and whatever. Yeah, what? You know, I think part of the problem with this is I'm an old RTS guy from way back in the day, right? So, I mean, there's RTS guys who know the numbers by heart, and they're out there, you know, counting ones and twos to make sure, you know, everything lines up, inputs and outputs. But for me, it was just like, you know, you make, if you need 5, you build 10, because some of them are going to get destroyed, and, you know, the redundancy will help you. And just eyeball it. Again, it's that analog side of me. It's okay. Let's try to make everything. Go swimming and you lose your construction mode. So let's try to set up these supports again on right angle. Somebody needs to clean the pool. And I think that'll work. So what I can do is I can kill this pipe and then run a line all the way to the back one, like there. And then, well, not right all the way back, but then put a junction here. And so if I get in the water where I can actually see it, I can't go into construction mode. If I get here, construction mode, I can't see it. It's going to try to connect to the wrong place. This is fun. And with these big old pontoon floaty jobbers, I can't see enough. Can't see enough to get it to connect. Okay, that connects. It's just not powered. I can't see the power. That killed the construction. Man, working in or around water is a pain in the butt. Okay, that's working. So now I just got to get the right angle on this bad boy. You can climb up out of the pool, but then I can't get over these stupid floater pontoon things. Oh, straight pipe, auto pipe. It's a classic. It's a classic hang up. Okay, I have 3 water extractors running water to 5 coal power plants that are sufficiently supplied with coal. So at this point, everything should just be working. I can hear it working. It still just shows a spinning circle. It still shows a flow rate of 0 cubic meters. 355 is still my maximum, but I think this thing is built ram tough. I say that, and the guys at the Ford dealership where we bought our car are probably freaking out. But okay. I think that's good. I think... Oh, I didn't mean for it to take the whole episode, but I am much more satisfied with this. And I think it all looks better. It's all lined up at right angles and stuff, so I will sleep better for the next couple of weeks before the next episode. It's kind of like that nagging feeling you get when you go on a trip. It's like, did I leave the garage door open? Did I turn the gas off? So I have, 1 coal power plant is running or has a light on. Okie dokie. It seems to be the only one. Okay. I'll figure this out later. I don't know why nobody else is working, but this is enough. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed this episode. I hope you join us next time for the continuation of this. And until next time, I hope this finds you and yours in good health, good spirits, and perhaps a touch of good fortune. Cheers.